Welcome to today's Mindful Moments brought to you by Saybrook University. We're very happy to offer these moments of mindfulness to our immediate community and the greater world in the hopes of creating a transformative and peaceful society. So today I'm going to guide us in an interesting meditation. It's called a movie meditation. And the idea is that we often get caught up in the thoughts in our mind. We see these thoughts as solid and real. But if we sit in meditation and watch our minds like a movie, we can first of all learn healthy detachment from our cognitive processes and also attain greater personal agency. So today I would like to offer this up as a eyes closed meditation. And to ask you to sit comfortably in your chair. And bring your attention to your breath as it goes out and dissolves into space. Notice a tiny gap at the end of the out breath. And then ever so gently allow your in breath to naturally come in to your chest. Notice the tiny gap. And then once again, bringing your attention to the long, slow dissolving out breath. So as you sit here connecting with your breath, with your eyes closed, in a sense of visiting your inner world, think about the thoughts in your mind as scenes in a movie. When you think about going to the movie theater, you're sitting in your seat, as we are right now, and you're bearing witness, really, to this movie projected on the screen in front of you. We get very engrossed in the movie. We start to feel like we're actually in the lives of the people in the movie. We get so absorbed. If someone should drop a box of popcorn or a bucket of popcorn, or if their phone should go off by mistake, all of a sudden, we're pulled out of the movie and we become aware of our immediate surroundings, what's happening actually in the moment. So in that moment of returning to the presence of now, we realize that the things in the movie aren't really happening to us. They're just language and images and music projected on a screen. When we're fully engaged with the movie, engrossed in it, we feel that we're in it, we're in the movie. We're identifying with the movie and responding to what's happening on the screen. But really, we're just sitting in the movie theater, watching the movie. We can do the same thing with our minds right now in this movie meditation. Our thoughts are like the movie of our mind. As we get drawn into the past and the future, just through the natural nature of mind itself, we're actually pulled into the movie of our mind, bemoaning the past in some way, or catastrophizing about the future. As we see this past or future thinking, we can know that we're just picturing these images in our mind. and recalling the soundtrack of what was said then. And we come to see that we are not our thoughts. We are observing our thoughts. We don't need to identify with them. In a state of equanimity, of acceptance, we can simply say, ah, interesting, that's what I'm thinking right now. And just notice and watch the movie of our mind as we separate and create this observer self who's watching us watch the movie. So let's sit right now, again, keeping our eyes closed, and simply be with your breath, all four parts, going out and dissolving, tiny gap, in breath naturally occurring, tiny gap, returning to the long, slow dissolving out breath. And as you do that and focus on the breath, simply notice with loving kindness toward yourself, patience, understanding, and love. Simply notice what movie you're watching. What scene is playing before you right now that you're identifying with? Make note of it as the audience member of this movie. And then gently and tenderly return to the out breath in the meditation practice. Again, when you notice the movie is playing, make note of what scene it is. What movie is this? Does it play often in your mind? Are these new scenes, new dialogue, or old? Without any judgment, simply notice and then return non-judgmentally to the breath. Going out and dissolving into space, a tiny gap, and then the in-breath naturally occurring. And we'll sit like this for a couple of minutes, making note of your own movie, gathering insight about what scenes are often playing, what film you often go back to. Simply observe with a sense of equanimity, a sense of, ah, interesting. And returning to the breath. With your eyes still closed, come back to a sense of presence in the room in which you find yourself. Take note of what movie scenes seem to play over and over. In today's meditation, see if becoming aware of these repeated scenes in the movie of your mind capture you or hook you most often, as Pema Chodron calls it, Shenpa, Shenpa, getting hooked. Perhaps seeing the movie of our mind can help to put us back in a state of control, that we're driving our own car. I like the imagery of becoming a martial artist of our own mind. We can practice this every day, becoming a witness to our own thoughts rather than being at the mercy of them. So I'll end by reading a beautiful poem by Jack Kerouac. The world you see is just a movie in your mind. Rocks don't see it. Bless and sit down. Forgive and forget. Practice kindness all day to everybody, and you will realize you're already in heaven now. That's the story. That's the message. Nobody understands it. Nobody listens. They're all running around like chickens with heads cut off. I will try to teach it, but it will be in vain. It's why I'll end up in a shack, praying and being cool, and singing by my wood stove, making pancakes. So I'm Dr. Donna Rockwell, adjunct faculty at Saybrook, and thank you so much for joining us today in our mindful moment. And see if you can catch yourself in the movie of your mind during the day and simply return to the here and now of your beautiful life. Thank you for joining us today.